Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We have an example and we should solve it through Langrangian method. So in this equation we have, this is objective function and this is subjective. So let's take Lagrangian of this equation. So Lagrangian is equal to objective plus lambda into subjective. This is objective function. So objective function is equal to 1 x1 divided by 2 into y1 divided by 2, and we have plus and then lambda. Then we use subjective function. In subjective function we should transfer it to the another side. It will be minus. So 5x plus 10 lambda 10y minus 500. Now we should open the bracket. So Lagrangian is equal to x1 divided by 2 into y1 divided by 2 plus we multiply lambda with all these terms. So we will have 5x lambda, we will have 10y lambda, and we will have minus 500 lambda. Now we will find the variable derivatives of x and y and also lambda. So first we will take the derivatives of x. So partial Lagrangian of x, then we will have partial Lagrangian of y, then we have partial Lagrangian of lambda. So now we will solve it. Okay, here in this function, when we are taking the partial derivative of x, so we will take only the derivatives of x and we will write y as it is. So when we take the derivatives of x, so the derivatives of x is equal to, here we have 1 multiply 1 divided by 2, so 1 divided by 2 x. From this when we subtract minus 1, so it will be convert minus 1 divided by 2, and we will write y as it is. Here we also have lambda, so we will have 5 lambda. This is equation 1. Next, in this we will take the derivatives of y and we will write x as it is. So we will write x as it is, x1 divided by 2, and we will take the derivatives of y. So we have coefficient 1, so 1 divided by 2 y minus 1 divided by 2. We have 10 lambda, y will be removed. This is equation 2, and the last we will take those terms which contain lambda. So it contain lambda, it contain lambda, it contain lambda. The lambda will be removed and we will write the term. So we will have 5x 10y minus 500. So now we will find the value of x and y and lambda. X, y and lambda. So now we will how to find x or y from these equations. So we say that when the equation of the lambda is not equal, then we cannot subtract them directly. So then we will use division method. So we will divide this term on this term, and we will also divide lambda on this lambda. So we will have 1 divided by x and 1 divided by minus x, and multiply y 1 divided by 2. So we will divide this term and this term. I use division symbol here. Then I will write this term. So x 1 divided by 2 and 1 divided by 2y minus 1 divided by 2 is equal to, we are also dividing lambda on this lambda. So 5 lambda divided by 10 lambda. So this multiplication, we will, those which have negative power we will write in denominator, and those which have positive power we will write in the numerator. So this term contain positive power, so I will write it above. So y 1 divided by 2, and this contain negative power, so I will write in denominator, I will write below. So 2, when we are moved to the denominator, 1 divided by 2, it will be converted into 2. And x, here we had minus 1 divided by minus 1 divided by 2, and here it will be plus 1 divided by 2. We have division method, we have division here. So here now this is positive, so I will write it above in numerator, x 1 divided by 2, and we will write in denominator y 1 divided by 2. And this division I can write like this, 5 lambda divided by 10 lambda. So now I will this is division, and when we will multiply, we will convert to multiplication. When we convert to multiply, this term will be opposite. So 1y 1 divided by 2 and 2x 1 divided by 2. When we change to multiplication, so the term will be also changed. So this will be shift to here, and this will be shift to here. So we will have 2y 1 divided by 2 and x 1 divided by 2 is equal to, lambda will cancel with each other, and 5 divided by 10, it will be equal to 1 divided by 2. Now we will multiply this with this and this with this. So we have coefficient 1 here, 1 multiplied 2, 2, and y we will write y one time, and the power 1 is half is here, half is here. When we plus half and half, it will be 1. Now in denominator, in the below, we will also have 2x 1 is equal to 1 divided by 2. These two cancel with each other. We will have y divided by x is equal to 1 divided by 2. We will do cross multiplication, this with this and this with this. So we will have, when we multiply 2 with y, so we will have 2y is equal to, when we multiply x with 1, it will be x. So now we will put the value of x in this equation, in equation 3. So we can find, when we put the value of x in this equation, we can find the value of y. So I will write this equation. We have 5x plus 10y minus 500 is equal to 0. So the value of x is equal to 2y. So 5, instead of x, I will write the value of x. So the value of x is 2y. We have 10y minus 500 is equal to 0. So it will be equal to 5 multiplied to 10 y plus we have 10y in the formula, 10y minus 500 is equal to 0. So 10y plus 10y is equal to 20y is equal to we will shift to the another side, we will have 500. So 20 divided by this is also 20, so this will cancel with each other. We will have y is equal to, when we are dividing this by 20, we will get how much? We will get 25. So the value of y is 25. Now we will find the value of x. So again we will use the same equation, 5x plus 10y minus 500 is equal to 0. So I will put the value of y. So 5x plus 10, instead of y I will write the value of y 250 and minus 500 is equal to 0. We have 5x. When we multiply this, we have 25 here. The value of y is 25. So when we multiply 10 with 25, we will have 250 and minus 500 is equal to 0. So 5x, when we subtracting them, so I will get minus 250 because this is 500 and 500 contain negative sign, so we will write negative sign here, is equal to 0. We will shift to the another side. So 5 is equal to plus 20, 205 divided by 5 on both sides. So we will get the value of x is 50. So now we have found the value of x and y. Now we can easily find the value of lambda. So okay, I will use the equation which contain lambda. So here we have equation like x 1 divided by 2 and 1 divided by y minus 1 divided by 2 plus 10 lambda. So this is our second equation that we have solved before. So now I will put the value of x and y, then we will get lambda. So the value of x is 50 and 1 divided by 2 multiply 1 divided by 2, instead of y I will write the value of y minus 1 divided by 2 and 10 lambda is equal to 0. This is 50. Okay, when we take the half square of 50, so it will be equal to 7. Multiply, I will write 1 divided by 2, and when we take the minus square of minus 1 divided by 2 square of 25, we will get 0.2 plus 10 lambda is equal to 0. Now we will solve this. So 7 multiply 1 divided by 2 multiply this, we will get 0.1 plus 10 lambda 10 lambda is equal to 0. Now we will multiply this with this. So when we will multiply this with this, we will get 0.7 plus 10 lambda, sorry, again we have take the minus 1 divided by 2 square of 25, we have get this one, and we take the square half square of 50, we have get 7. So now we will multiply this with this, so we will get 0.1, and 0.1 we will multiply with 7, we will get 0.7. So 10 lambda is its own place is equal to 0. Now we will shift this to the another side, so 10 lambda its own place, so minus 0.7. Divided 10 on both sides, this will cancel with each other, so the value of lambda is equal to minus 0.07. So we have found the value of lambda, we have found the value of x and the value of y.